beautiful souls. Soul Dancer, the White Dragon here. I have not yet come up with a question. So, while I'm leaving myself open for the question, I be aware this is the last, the final live shamanic tarot reading. This is the last, final, weekly, intuitive shamanic tarot reading on Facebook. I shall continue to post things that I think are useful. However, I am going to concentrate more on my new group, that breakthrough journey from shadow to light with dragon. Also, you can book a clarity call. It's free. Hello, Afia. You can book a clarity call. It's free to ask one question. The Dragon Taster Special is $97 and it is available. That is the introductory price, by the way, because it is 2/3 off. It is available until the 31st of December 2021. That said, it has to be used by that date. That special includes a 30-minute shamanic tarot reading. Phenomenal as always. You have never been on a one-on-one with me, Afia. And it also includes a 30-minute journey / channeling session with Dragon. That special is life-changing. I kid you not. I exaggerate not. You are, let me keep it simple. You get results on the very first session. The thing is, and I cannot overemphasize this point, sometimes the results are not what you think they should be or they ought to be. One person even told me that she didn't have a breakthrough, except that she was in another place because of that session. She did not want to continue with the next session. Another client said she kept meeting rocks. That was interesting. All different kind of rocks. I found that fascinating. And then, so I kept insisting that she ask the rocks questions. She got responses. She did not expect that. And then what happened? She was told what she needed to do. Again, I invited her for a follow-up session. She was too afraid. And this is what this journey with Dragon does. It breaks you open. It breaks you open to who you are. And most of the time, we don't like our reflections in the mirror. The thing is, it's just a shadow. What we don't like, that was developed in childhood or something we brought from previous lives into this life to face and overcome. That's it. There is no, there's nothing more special or different or whatever it is. And it also comes down to the fact that we women were taught as girls to have a certain image of ourselves. And when we cannot access that image, or when we don't like that image, those things and others create a lack of trust in ourselves. That is what my new group is all about. Supporting you in a nurturing environment to break through to who you are. Okay, so all of that talking actually was simply to come up with a question. So what question? Since it's Halloween, I have become a fan of Halloween. When I lived in New York City, I used to admire it, go down to the village and see all these amazing depictions. But because I was born in the Caribbean, I'm a Caribbean woman, I still looked at it, okay, until I had to tell someone that I know this morning that, black people in the Caribbean look at white people and think they're crazy when they see skulls and all sorts of bloody makeup and zombie looking things in their homes for Halloween. That's celebrating the dead. Because down here, because we live in the Caribbean basin where the unseen is not far away from us. All I have to do is go to the forest, and I will see things that no one would ever believe. Or I could be just sitting close by, as I was at my brother's place in the mountains, just before sunset. This is just an example of how real it is to us, which is why we are so suspicious. I say we, but I'm excluded now. And as I sat there with dusk falling, I saw this being. I was tempted to say creature, but this was a sentient being, dressed in white. There was no breeze. There was no breeze. Dressed in white from head to toe in a flowing white gown that was flowing in the breeze. Remember what I said? There was no breeze. There was no breeze. 4 dogs surrounded me while we waited for my brother to arrive. I looked at the dogs. They did not react. Consequently, I didn't react either. And I sat there looking at this being. That being emanated no energy whatsoever. Perhaps if I had been closer, I don't know, but I felt nothing coming from this being at all. And I sat there perfectly still, and I observed. It came out of the forest. It walked onto my brother's property. Then it made a 90-degree turn. And it's only when it made a 90-degree turn that suddenly it realized that someone was there. It stopped, turned its head, sharp like that, stared at me. There were no eyes. The entire head was covered in a white filmy something. It sounds like something spooky or something out of a storybook. This really happened. We stared at each other. Then it went on its way behind my brother's house, and it's only after it left I thought, and this is typical me, because I don't panic, or I don't shake, shiver or shudder until after an event has occurred. So I immediately started thinking, what the hell was that? Oh my God. And then I turned on my phone light and shone it underneath the house to make sure that this thing wasn't crawling under the house to get me. It's after all of that, after I faced it down, that I had that thought. But then I looked at the dogs again. They didn't react. So there was nothing menacing. That thing had no energy that I could feel. None whatsoever. It could have been maybe, let's see, 6, 12, yeah, about 20 to 30 feet away. That was amazing. And that's just an example of the thing why Caribbean people are superstitious and why they look at um, Halloween cocky eye. Cocky eye means, um, how would we call that in, with a shifty gaze, or an eye that's sort of turned inward, so you're not looking straight ahead. Um, and with all of that, okay, so here's the reading. What do we need to know? Let me turn this here because we have a visitor. I don't want him to appear on camera. What do we need to, here's the question. What does Halloween have to teach us? What does the celebration of Samhain, All Hallowed Eve, what does it have to teach us? This is totally unexpected as a response. Let's see what it really means. This is 7 of Earth. This is 7 of Earth. This is the reading for the week. Okay? Because it's Sunday to Sunday, but I would say it's maybe around 5 days, maybe 6. However, I say a week because I only do readings once weekly. This is 7 of Earth. 7 means spiritual enlightenment. 7 means go inward deeper to your inner well of stillness, to listen in the silence to what you need to know. You ask a question and now you must sit in silence to know the answer. Increase, develop your spiritual enlightenment. Connect with Mother Earth. Tap into her. Ask her what she has to teach you. Ask her what she has to share. Ask her what enlightenment she can provide you. This card is green. So not only is it symbolic. Not only is it symbolic of Mother Earth, it's indicative of plenty, of prosperity, of reward, of profit. Think of it as I heard the words cookie jar, which is odd, cookie jar. But yeah, what do you call cookies? Okay, it's a jar that's full of plenty. The orange orbs are basically the fruit that you have planted, the fruits of the seeds you have planted, my apologies, and they are coming to fruition. It's true, some dreams are going to take longer to come to fruition, but you must be patient. Nature will always reflect back at you your gratitude, intentions, and desires. Nature holds all the answers if you listen. Be grateful for this rich, abundant life, because there are many who have made the transition unfulfilled, unsatisfied, and that's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to get to. What does this have to do with the question about Halloween? It means we need to connect. That's what that means. It means that we need to connect deeper inward. We need to connect to who we truly are. The veils are thinner during Halloween. Do you have loved ones who have made the transition, who have passed, that you want to connect with? Sit in silence. Be quiet. Simply have the thought, the intention that you do want to connect with your loved ones or a loved one. This is the time. You must have faith. You must be clear. I'm looking at the painted overside hair on this card, which I never truly noticed before. It is time to let go. It is easier to pierce the veil, which is what I am hearing, and move towards that which you seek. The problem with Halloween is that many people are scared of the dark. They are afraid of the dark. I have lived in the dark. The dark has nothing to fear. Why? We all came out of our mother's womb. We lived 9 months in darkness. Okay, some less if they were premature. Well, that's the point I want to make. Alright? So, tap in. Tap in. Tap in. And shush. Let me finish my video in peace, please. Tap into the information, have the intention of what you want to discover, of what you want to find out. There is a lot on offer. There are guides willing, ready, and waiting to assist and support you. All you have to do is ask with a very clear intention and a clear heart. That's it. And you will receive the responses as required. So I know this reading went on a bit long, didn't it? With my blah blahing. Nevertheless, my beautiful souls, I am now going to say ciao, and I remind you all, this is the final live reading. Everything goes to YouTube and my group. Ciao.